My name is Kristen Slaper. I'm the Director of Law Enforcement Initiatives here at the Ohio Department of Public Safety. So in Law Enforcement Initiatives, it's a group of people and projects that are dedicated to helping law enforcement and first responders around the state. There's a variety of topics. Data sharing is one of them, so I have Solve and e-warrants as part of my team. I also have the LESO program, or the Law Enforcement Support Office, that helps get military surplus equipment to local law enforcement agencies around the state. A couple of the other initiatives I have are Operation Bridge and DREAM, both of which are focused on having law enforcement do outreach and work with the community members. And then the other two initiatives that I have are first responder wellness and law enforcement recruitment. So both of those are aimed at getting people into the career of law enforcement and then taking care of them. There's over 100,000 first responders in the state of Ohio, and what are we doing to help their wellness, whether it's mental wellness or physical wellness? One of the women that first gave me a chance in my career in state government, her name is Liz Benzinger. She works at the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and she has titled herself the grandmother of DNA, so that I feel like I can call her that. But I was an intern with BCI, and then I started there in 2006 as a forensic scientist in the DNA section and kind of worked my way through being a supervisor and then the manager before I came to DPS. All through that time, Liz was someone who taught me about DNA, taught me how to talk about, DNA and forensics and go testify in court and all the things that I would need for the actual job I was doing. But she also taught me about being a leader, and sometimes the conversations weren't that great. Sometimes, we didn't necessarily see eye to eye, but she was someone who had a very calming effect on me and other people around her. She taught me to ask more questions, listen more than I talked, ask the questions, see the bigger picture. And ultimately, at the end of any meeting, or even sometimes the beginning, she would tell a joke. And so seeing that kind of lighthearted nature and how to relate to people really taught me a lot, and how to be a leader and how to, surround myself with people and have conversations with people, and then kind of get down to brass tacks and get what we needed to get done. First of all, I'm a scientist and a woman, so that means I'm overly analytical about everything. But as a woman in my career and in a male-dominated field of criminal justice, one of the hurdles that I actually faced was being misunderstood and maybe misrepresented by other women that I dealt with along the way. I think we as women have a tendency to be super critical of ourselves, but also critical of other women. And I experienced that over time, that women thought I was trying to rise through the ranks or trying to step on other people, to move up or to get promoted or whatever. And that's not, in fact, the case. I'm someone who just, the type of person I am, I see something that needs to be done and I just try to do it, take the initiative and get it done. And I often felt like there were other women that were maybe holding me back a little bit or seeing me as someone that I wasn't. Women, I think, face what I call the mental load. I am a mom, I'm a wife, I am an employer, I'm a boss, I'm an employee, I'm a citizen of society, I'm a soccer mom, that kind of thing. And I think all of that stuff, women have this extra burden to take on of all the things that might need done, all the schedules that need adhered to, who's feeling what way today, whether that's at home or at work. So I often talk with my very good friend about the mental load and how daunting that can be sometimes. This probably goes back to kindergarten. So to put it in perspective, I have an older brother. He's about a year older than me, so he was in school a year before me. And I saw what he was doing, and I wanted to be doing the same thing, and that continued for all of our lives. But On my first day of kindergarten, it was time to go out for recess, and I sat at the table, and the teacher came and said, "Well, what's the problem?" And I said, "I'm here to work, not to play." And so my advice to my younger self, my much younger self when I was in kindergarten, and probably still continuing throughout my career, would be it's okay to play. It's okay to pause. It's okay to go do something fun, do something for yourself. But ultimately, you'll get the work done when it needs to be done, but it's also okay to play. The first thing would be to find your tribe. So your tribe of people that you surround yourself with that are going to challenge you to be better, to do more, to step outside of your comfort zone. I have that with the director and the chief here at DPS. They both have done that for me. But I have, other people in my life who are in different career fields or on different paths who've done the same thing. They're supportive, but they challenge you. And I would say to any woman, find your tribe of people that are going to do that for you. The other thing I would say is to build your team and develop them and support them. As a leader, you can't be a leader without a team. And I think that it's really critical to invest in the people that are working around you and for you or in front of you or wherever, to make sure that they feel supported, that they know that they're appreciated, that you're looking out for their best interests and you're trying to help them. Ultimately, your team is who makes you the leader that you are. So I think it's really critical to invest in them.